You are now tuned in to Two Studs in a Pod with your hosts Blaze and Meech, a podcast with a novel perspective on life from a couple of super terrific Uber dykes, but you can call us studs. Let's get to it. Meech, drop that beat. What it is, peeps? You already know it's me, Blaze,
And me, Meech.
and we're a duo of everyday studs here to permeate your vibe with knowledge and nonsense of the stud kind, one episode at a time. How's it hanging, homie?
It's hanging low. Life has been a little wacky lately, for lack of a better word. My boss went on vacation today, yo, and shit like hit the fan. Like servers were going down and all this, and I've never really dealt with that in this position that I'm in.
Uh,
So no lie, I clock in, and the first message I get is like from the CTO, and he's like, everything else is not a priority. I need you to fix this now. And I'm like, what is happening? Because I'm not even on all the alerts and stuff because I don't handle that stuff in this job.
right.
But it was like an all day thing, but I got it together. Like I got everything up and running, but I had to restore a lot of stuff. So today was just a crazy day, and I was like, yo, did he troll me? Like he's on his way to Greece, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with them, and press that one button as soon as he got on the plane. But so today was like stressful, and I was just waiting on my copy of 2K, the WNBA edition, to come in.
Mm.
Wifey ordered it for me, which was a nice surprise. But she had to tell me because I was about to order it. She was like, "Don't do that.
Yeah.
I got it for you. It's coming Wednesday."
See, you done fucked up the surprise and shit.
Yeah, my bad. So, but I'm kind of glad it didn't come because I would have been mad I couldn't play it. Because and then I'd be like, "Damn, I gotta work. What do you mean? My 2K came in." But I'm
Right.
like, I'm debating, like, should I keep it in the case? Should I open it? Should I not open it? Because I feel like it's gonna be like a collector's item. It's the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, and you already know, like I collect mad memorabilia, especially sports and like that type of shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I'm also, I don't know, I sway from time to time because I also know that like life isn't promised, so
Right.
why deny myself that, like you would want to play it. Like I think about that situation when I think about like sneakers, like
Mm-hmm.
rock them or stock them. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Right.
I've always been the kind of like I gotta wait for this special moment to rock this thing or do these things. I still got mad sneakers I'd never worn before, and
Yeah.
I think about the stories I've heard with like people who lose them in floods
In
or
the
like
flood. Yeah.
yeah, or this dude I know he had a crazy collection. He lost it in a fire.
Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's a hard line. It's a hard line
Yeah.
to decide what
Trying to
side to be
decide.
on. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's true too. And um, not for nothing. This weekend, I started having vision problems with one of my eyes, which kind of made me feel like, damn, maybe I should play it while I can still see.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
shit.
Or to make light of the situation.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's true. But it kind of pissed me off because I went to the eye doctor, and he was telling me, because he didn't say it in these words per se, but he was like, had I been on like the medication they wanted me to be on,
Yeah.
then it probably wouldn't have happened. But then,
Right.
my rebuttal was, but I know people who are on the medication
And
and
it
have
happened to
gotten
them.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so what are you saying? He's like, well, it shouldn't have. I'm like, so what is it? Should I be on the medication? Shouldn't. Like, don't try to make
Right.
me feel bad because I made a decision about my body. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And as I was looking into it more, it was saying like, cannabis can help with like the inflammation, especially of the
Mm-hmm.
eyes and stuff like that. It's been known for like glaucoma,
Come on.
Friday.
Ocular shit. Yeah.
With Bernie Mac, he's like, give me some, I got glaucoma or cataracts, right? So So I was kind of pissed because one of my doctors who gives me like the medical marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
she only gave me like a 6 month prescription because I didn't get on the medication. So my prescription expired in June,
Mm-hmm.
and I hit her up because I'm like, yo, my prescription expired. I need my medication. You know what I mean? And she was like, oh, well, we have to talk about that because it's really supposed to be in addition to the medication. I'm like, but the medication is experimental. I don't want to get on it. So I like, it pissed me off because like, how are you going to hold that over my head when it's like, for me, it's proven, and other people it's proven that cannabis has helped with certain symptoms
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, certain things that you're going through, but the medication hasn't been proven and it's not a guaranteed fact, you know? So I was pissed about that, you know, like, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, I got plugs anyway, you know, but just the
Right.
fact that you're going to hold that over somebody's head because they don't want to get on this medication that could potentially give them a fatal brain disease. You know
And
what I mean? Like,
it should be my decision. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I
yeah,
feel about even the vaccine. While at first I had my own reservations, but then with time and my own research and things like that, I became more comfortable with the situation. So I made the decision for myself and my family. I
right,
feel like you know what I'm saying. But if you don't choose to do it, take the vaccine or whatever, or like in your case, take the medicine. That's your
right,
prerogative, right? It's your body. But the only thing I feel like is different with the mask, I mean, with the vaccine situation, is that people don't want to wear masks too. Like at least attempt to
right,
try to help us all, like the rest of us out. Like you're making a decision for yourself, but
right.
by not wearing a mask, now you're making a decision for us all. For us all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
So
crazy. I don't like what they're doing in New York with the vaccines. Like they're making it mandatory for some healthcare workers, and it's either you get the vaccine or you get fired.
right.
And I think it's healthcare workers and like teachers, like public service workers. So a lot of people are about to get fired like tomorrow because they don't want the vaccine.
I
But
know that
I mean, I don't know.
there was a hospital. I want to say it was down here, but I don't know if I just read it somewhere. Um, but that the staff, they weren't gonna be able to have uh, give birth there
Oh wow.
because they're not gonna have the staff. Like this week, it'll be the last week they'll be delivering babies in that hospital because they don't have the
Damn.
staff because they are making it mandatory. I like what my company did and is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's up to you and
Hmm.
whatever you want to do, even though they're gonna have people coming back into the office and stuff like that,
Hmm.
it's up to you whatever you want to do. But if you aren't vaccinated, then you have to take the test on a regular
Yeah.
basis
Hmm.
and just show that you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. I've been so I've been trying to do some reading. I had to pick the books back up, even though I'm like kind of Fetty Wap-ish right now.
yeah,
Been trying to, just look at holistic ways because I just feel like they want to push science on you, but not figure out why issues are happening. So I've been reading. I've been trying to do that, and I've been getting back into reading. And I picked up a book called "How the One Armed Sister Sweeps the House" or something similar to that, or "How the One Armed Sister Swept the House,"
mm,
because it's a Caribbean author and it's based in Barbados. So that's the fatherland right there. So I found it interesting to read about the times back then,
mm.
and like I the places they mentioned and stuff were places I've been. So it was cool for me to read that. But it's crazy how things haven't changed. A lot of things, even though it takes place, I think, in like the late '70s, early '80s. So I wasn't around back then to see Barbados at that time, but I was able to relate to it from when I've been there. In the '90s and 2000s, and a lot of the shit they were talking about was still relevant today. On the islands, and I kind of was thinking about everything that's going on with the Haitian migrants and
Mm.
them trying to get over here and get asylum and how they're being treated. And it's like, I feel like I'm looking at pictures of history, but that shit is happening right now. Like,
That shit is mad disturbing. Like it's just very. upsetting and very triggering. Like it, how and why and
Mhm.
where. My first question is, first, why does Buddy look like he's enjoying it?
Right. Oh my god.
Right, he looks like he's enjoying it, and that's what really like that's what really got my blood boiling is when
Yeah.
it looks like he's smiling as he's doing it, and it's so
Mhm.
fucked up. And if you look in these people's hands, they're carrying nothing but food, shoes, and their kids. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
So
they're
why
just
are you
trying to
doing
have.
this?
It's just people looking for a better life, man. I don't understand. But I have another question: is how the hell did they get to Texas from
Boy,
Haiti?
yo, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like I was like, Miami, is real close. Texas,
But Texas,
and I don't
that's
know.
pretty landlocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do
Yeah,
you
they had to
mean?
come up the Gulf.
Right,
Like,
exactly. I'm like, what do you? That was my question because when I heard that they were whipping migrants at the border, I automatically assumed they were whipping Hondurans and
yeah,
Mexican. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
Central and South Americans,
right,
and
exactly.
yeah,
So I'm like, when they said Haitians, I was like, hold the fuck up! What are Haitians doing in Texas?
right,
Like Zopound is in Miami. What do you
right. That's what
mean?
I'm saying. All the Zoes would have let them right in.
Yo, I'm like, what are you talking about? So that threw me. But the
Yeah,
pictures, man, they were just fucking disturbing as
yeah,
fuck.
it's definitely triggering as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. Another thing that made the news that was interesting is you saw the Elon Musk with the SpaceX, the spaceship
Yeah.
where he had the civilians. It just came back.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it
Wait,
came. It
I
just
saw
came.
I saw the first one. I didn't see.
No, this one where it was Elon Musk. Like all three of them have gone to space now. Richard Branson
Uh
did
huh.
his own thing. Then Bezos did his own thing,
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, I think it was
and
Bezos
now,
I was thinking about.
yeah, and then Elon Musk he launched SpaceX, but SpaceX went around for 3 days.
Oh damn.
So and then they came back, and when they came back, and we heard the boom because they landed
Oh
in the
shit.
yes,
Yeah.
they landed down here because they landed by Kennedy Space Center, which is like not that far from me.
Damn.
Like
That's
it's got to be like
crazy.
a couple hours from me. So I'm telling you, bro. Like I had just got home from a near death experience, which
Oh
I'll tell
god.
you about. But I had just got home from going to the store, and I ended up like we have this neighbor who had these neighbors who have this young kid, and he's driving, and he's like he passes me doing 60 and a 40. I'm like really.
Mm-mm.
Right, and I'm like really, and a little kid just got hit and killed in the
Oh
neighborhood, right? So like
damn.
everybody's being mad cautious and shit. And he speeds past me. He literally like all he did was get out the car before I turned down the street. I'm like, that's how much time you really saved by doing
Yeah.
that. So I gave him like that old grumpy old person look, like
Yeah.
look look at you, youngster. You didn't even save that
Didn't
much
even go
time.
nowhere.
So we like gave each other the eyes or whatever. So I go inside and then I just hear the boom and everything in the house stopped.
Oh.
And Nikki was like, "You heard what the fuck was that?" And I was like, I don't know.
It's
But
over.
I thought it was Buddy messing with my truck because we
Oh
had just
damn.
gave each other the
Yeah.
eyes. So I went outside like I was ready to get violent. You know what I'm saying? But then we watched the news, and that's when they said that you probably heard the boom, and we did. That shit was that's how loud that shit was because the little
Damn.
capsule landed in the ocean.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that
crazy.
shit's crazy, right? Yeah, man. Oh, whew.
To be going to space.
Yeah, for real. SpaceX, all civilians with the fourth black woman pilot ever.
Oh wow, that's
I
what's
don't know
up.
if she's just like the fourth black woman pilot or fourth black pilot or fourth black person in space. She's the fourth something. Ah, oh yeah.
Damn, I want to go to space. I want to be like Captain Marvel.
I know. Me too.
Oh, speaking of black women, did you see Ari Lennox's video for Pressure?
No.
Oh, I thought it was dope because um the video kind of pays homage to all. black women artists. Like it has the theme of like Motown back in the day, and then she has like the '90s. Is it Total or TLC kind of vibe in the video, and like a little Beyonce in there. It's pretty dope. I thought they did a good job, and it was nice to see something a little different than hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit. You know, like ass everywhere. You know, like it was cool to see like a video. Like it took me back to
Even
that
though we
time.
love
And
Meg, though we love
yes,
Meg.
yeah, no, we love Meg.
Keep
We
rooting for
love
us homos, Megs. Keep rooting for the homos.
facts. We love Meg.
Speaking of
But
homos, Lil Nas X.
oh yeah,
Once again, shouts out to him, yo. He is living his life and don't give a fuck. It's great. It's
mm-mm.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's fucking
no.
awesome. Shit, I was watching that one video and I was not expecting. I was not. I knew something provocative was going to be in there, but I was not expecting all that what I saw. I'm surprised we haven't heard more about the video
Which
where
one?
the one where
He
he's
has a new in the
in the
prison.
football. No,
Oh,
he's like in a football uniform.
oh, I haven't seen that one yet. Then.
Oh, I watched it either on his page or on YouTube or something. But I watched that shit. I was like, oh, they not talking about this one yet. 'Cause this one is
Oh man,
gay.
I'm gonna check it out. We gotta support the
Oh,
gays.
yes, must support the gays. Okay,
Yeah,
fucking little
that
Nas X.
that Waukesha remix dropped today. You heard it yet?
I only heard parts of it. I heard a part with I heard Wayne.
Yeah, and Ashanti is on there.
Yeah, yeah. I just heard their verses. I didn't hear the whole thing. Yeah, I was listening to because I was listening to the radio. I was listening to the Breakfast Club, which
Um,
which led me down a bad hole rabbit hole today. Okay, let me tell you something. I was listening to the radio to Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne mentioned something about finger licking in Orlando,
oh,
right?
okay.
So I'm
Uh huh.
like, what? There's a finger licking in Orlando? I
Uh
never
huh.
heard about this. This is what? I'm going this weekend, bitch. What do you mean? So I've Googled finger licking in Orlando.
You should have known better. You in Florida.
Listen to what you don't want to ever Google, okay? Don't ever Google finger licking in Orlando. I
Oh my
started
god.
reading through the results and I was like, what? A 13-year-old girl wants to do what? I was like, oh my God, I need to get out. What am I looking at? Like, what
Oh
is
Lord.
happening? I was like, oh my God. And that's when it hit me. I Googled finger licking in Orlando.
That was definitely a Florida man moment.
Oh my
Oh
God. Listen,
no.
don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. I was shocked and appalled. I almost dropped my phone. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
What is going on? I Googled the wrong thing.
Everybody's gonna Google it now.
Oh my God, man. Uh, I seen I seen the Fugees are going on tour, bro.
Oh yes. Yes. Edie already sent me the thing. Like, do you want to go here or do you want to go in Jersey? I was like, we should go in Jersey. It's gonna be lit when they come home.
I was looking at the Miami date, but yeah, you're right. But just the fucking oh man, I was like, what the Fugees? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah,
For real.
yeah. So if Lauren's really gonna show up, which
Right. That's why I was like, is Lauren gonna be there and is she gonna be on time?
right, the last time I seen her was not joyous occasion, but that was a very long time ago. She's a different person now too. Her kids are grown and all that shit. So
Yeah.
anyway, the Fugees.
Hmm.
I miss going to like shows and festivals and shit sometimes. Then I see the
Yeah.
amount of people and I'm like,
Yeah.
eh.
Oh, let me tell you. I was gonna tell you we're supposed to go to a concert in October, but that it just made me think of this shit that pissed me off. So wifey and I got tickets to go to this Lantern Festival coming up this weekend, right?
Hmm.
And we bought the tickets like back in August or July, because one of wifey's peoples said she was gonna propose to her girl, and she, just put it out there for everybody to come as a surprise and blah blah blah. So of course, wifey buys the tickets and puts it on our calendars and all this shit. So we're in a group chat with her homegirl, and she's like, "Oh, you guys ready for this weekend?" We're like, "Yeah, you're excited, you nervous, blah blah blah." She's like, "Yeah, I'm excited, but I have a confession." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I'm away from my phone, so I wasn't even reading it as the alerts are going off. I come back and I read it, and she's like, "I proposed to her this past weekend already because all her friends were there, and they weren't going to be able to make it to the festival, but I didn't do it the real ring." So when I came back, I text wifey right away, like, "What the fuck?" So,
Right.
of course, wifey's like being sarcastic, like, "Oh, so we're gonna get the second proposal where she acts surprised that you're gonna propose." Like, like, we did
Like
all
the
this
fake
to
shit.
be there
Right.
to, yeah, to support you and stuff. And she's like, "No, I didn't do it with the real ring." And she doesn't know that everybody's coming. So and she thinks she's getting the real ring in like October or November. So she'll still be surprised to see everybody there and to get the ring. And I was just like, bruh, like, can we get a refund on the tickets? You know what I mean? Because, like, what the fuck? What are we going for? You know what I
For
mean?
real. Like, we supposed to act fake surprised that you surprised
Yeah.
too?
That shit had me tight because I'm like, yo, we going all the way because we got to go to Jersey. You know what I mean? We go all
Uh-uh.
the way to Jersey. It would have been a cute date night idea if it was something that we wanted to, do for us. But, like, we going there for y'all, for the
Right. We're not even interested.
surprise.
Right. Right. Right.
And it's already a surprise. So,
Hell no. Hell no.
and then I got to be around all these fucking people, like, come
Nah.
on.
Nah.
Yeah, so people, too many.
Yeah. People are nuts, man.
Facts.
Why would I why would I wanna is there anybody even who's performing?
At this festival?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. It's like a lantern festival or something where we like create lanterns and put them out to float. I don't even
Oh, I
know.
thought it was
Yeah,
the name of the festival, like the name of the thing.
nah,
I was like,
yeah. It's not a concert. Like, what? I don't even know what we're doing, to be honest. I know there will be food trucks, so that's a plus. And like, I don't know what else is happening, but yeah. There'll be an engagement where somebody might possibly be surprised. But
yeah.
like, I don't know, would you do that? Like, would you propose to somebody twice if you feel like you didn't do it right the I mean, you already proposed, so it's a good question for you. Would you do it again with a better ring, I guess?
That would be the only thing. That would be the only thing, like that I would. I don't know. There actually, I don't know because I feel like I worked hard as fuck on that
On
proposal.
that
You know
first
what I'm saying?
proposal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that obviously worked because here we are. Because here we are. But I don't know because I'm just like a do to work myself kind of person anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll learn how to do it and then
Yeah.
just do it myself for the for the most part, if time
Hmm.
permitting. Let's let's add that caveat. But like I don't know, there's certain aspects I would have liked to change and but I would have liked to change how much money I had at the time to be able to do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But I
whatever.
mean, within a week, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
nah, nah,
yeah.
nah,
I
nah.
kind of feel like I feel like in your situation is different, right? Because it would be a couple years apart, like, and she'd be totally surprised, like,
Right, right,
that
right,
you're
right.
proposing again or whatever with maybe a different ring. Um, but I just feel like,
Which I didn't do bad on this ring. Now it's
yeah,
just I'm
the ring
doing
is
better in life.
definitely
Right,
nice, right?
right.
Yeah,
I'm like I'm just doing
the
better
ring
in
is
life at this
fire.
point. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like, for me personally, I feel like I would just be like, bitch, didn't you just do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like
why?
the whole to me the whole special part of anything is in the surprise. Like
Right.
it's not even in the gift itself or the ring itself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Though
Yeah.
the ring
It's in the.
can't be raggedy. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta
Mm-hmm.
like show some. But I don't. I think it's in the thought of how you present that. The
Right.
presentation. That's the key.
Yeah, the
Presentation is the key.
presentation. So I told Edie that I need like a proposal like Brat and Judy, and I need like at least 5 rings to choose from. Have you
Oh
seen it
my
yet?
god. No.
Oh, yeah, you gotta catch up. On spoiler alert, Judy proposed to her with a couple rings.
Oh, I saw that part
So
because I seen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you seen her rings? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So um, I just want it on record wherever we store this recording.
Something cool that happened, even though I don't fuck with Buddy like that, is Tory Lanez posted bail for a bunch of folks that couldn't
Oh,
afford
that's
it.
what's up.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I mean, obviously he's not the only person that has done that. Like Jay Z and Meek, they've done that before. They do it now
Mm-hmm.
with their reform that they have, like
Yeah.
Robert Kraft and Buddy that owns Fanatics, Michael Rubin. That's
Mm.
some money right there, boy. So um, but here because a lot of people are in there for like small bails that they can't pay, even though it's only like 10%. Like maybe the bail is like 2 grand and they don't have
Right.
they don't have anybody to get the money or whatever. But it reminded me of the time when I got arrested and I had to get bailed out, right? And when they told me how much my bail was and I knew my friends, I was like, I'm never getting out of here.
Damn. Damn, Hobie.
I was like, oh shit, man, these motherfuckers ain't got no money, dog. Like, I'm gonna be here forever. But then somebody was like, it's only 10%. And I was like, oh, all right, I should be okay. That was a hell of a night, boy. That
Damn.
I was just like, what's gonna happen to me,
Yeah.
and who's gonna try to take my booty?
Facts. That'd be like the main concern,
Yeah.
right? When you
I was
go.
like, I don't want to be somebody's girlfriend
Oh,
in there. Like,
I don't wanna.
like that's my bitch.
That's
Oh shit.
no, no. That is so traumatizing, bro.
Oh well, when I was in there or whatever, and you got to get your little tray. They made us give back our mats, and then I had to give my tray for breakfast. And
Mm,
I'm sitting next to this girl, and she's like, "Yo, you look familiar." And I was
yeah.
like, "No, I do not." I was like, "You never seen me before, and you'll never see me again." Okay, like hell no, no, this is not my vibe. I sing and I rap about this shit.
Right.
I might kill a bitch, but I'm not. This is not my everyday
No, it's not my
slang.
life.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that
Mm-mm.
shit. That shit. I was like, nah, I'm good. But that bill shit. See, that's how they get you fucked up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I was thinking about the Google thing and having bad search histories made me think about the time when Nikki had searched for assless chaps.
Oh my god.
For me, right? She wanted me to wear assless chaps. She still does, actually. That's like her little fantasy.
She's
She she, she mentioned some short thongs or some shit like that
oh
today.
my
I'm like, I don't
god.
even know, or thong shorts or some shit like that. I'm like, what? What is that?
Yeah.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Yes. Thong shorts.
But she was looking for these assless chaps or whatever, and whatever site she was on, or it just saved in her history. Maybe it was Amazon. I don't know. But
Uh-huh.
she had it saved, and it saved the images of the people in the Atlas chat.
Uh-huh.
So, and I think she did this on her work PC. So, like
Oh,
one
good
day,
job.
this was pre-COVID. So she had to show people something on her laptop, and they're standing over her shoulders. And when she opens up her thing and goes to type in her search, in that search or whatever, the assless chaps.
Oh my
Search
god.
pops up.
Oh my god. That's such a Nikki thing to do. Nah.
Oh man, yes. Now that's some funny
Explain that
shit
one.
for real. Yeah, so
What
I'm
had
thinking
happened
about
was
I'm over here putting finger licking in Orlando,
right.
and she got assless
Assless
chaps,
chaps.
and I think it was like men who were popping up too. So,
Oh god.
well, white boys with their booty out.
They're like, what kind of freaky shit are you into?
Yo, for real. I had like you ever had just like a feeling in your gut, or like a near death experience, or something that you felt like was a near death experience?
Um, I don't know.
Like, so this past weekend or whatever, I'm driving to go pick us up some food or whatever, and the road that leads from my house to like the main place where all the food and stuff is, it's like
Mm,
just a two lane highway. Okay,
yeah.
so coming from the city, that is just still weird to me. But it's just one long ass highway. It's great
Mm,
to listen to music to, though.
mm,
I could tell you that because there's no stops. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just
yeah.
riding. So it's a nice little 5-10 minute drive um, till you get to the main road or whatever. So, but I'm driving, and when I pull out from here, there's this car in front of me, and the car has got like a tractor. A trailer behind them, and it's like mad people out here that do people's lawn and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the lawnmower guys, and that's what it looked like. But they had like an armchair behind them, and now they're going mad slow. Like the speed limit is 55, but everybody, you know,
Yeah.
that's just a suggestion. So, but the car is doing 45, and I'm like, damn, bro, like you got to pick it up. And then this big ass fucking black SUV comes up behind me, and they got to be doing like the suggested,
Yeah.
their own suggested speed, and so they got to slow down. So now it's us three, and I'm like, as soon as I get to the path where I can pass, I'm out. Next thing you know, some shit from the back of Buddy's truck starts coming up and flying at me, and I'm like,
Oh
"Oh hell no!"
no.
It's like garbage and shit, and I don't play about my truck. Okay, so I was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, bro, this nigga tripping." So I slowed way the fuck down, and I'm like, as soon as I can, I need to get from around him. As I'm following Buddy, I'm like, "Yo, I have to get from around him. I just don't feel like good about this situation."
Mm-hmm.
So I do. I end up getting around them. You know what I'm saying? Going handle my business. I'm coming back. As I'm coming back, like this big ass hill that you got to drive down, this down the road, and people. It's always accidents there because people just pull out or they don't see the car coming down the hill. When you come down the hill, you come down fast because you're already going to your
Mm.
own suggested speed, coming down fast. So I see the lights, the police lights and shit. So I got to start slowing down. And when I get up to that point, mind you, I had just turned right there on that road, like literally. I
Yeah.
get to that point right there, and I see that fucking trailer like there on
No.
the corner, and I was like, "Yo, is that?" Because I'm seeing how I remembered the rake on the back of the thing. I don't know why that stuck in my
Yeah.
brain, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Yo, is that fucking trailer from?" Because I can't see the car, right? It's just the trailer, and then these two other cars was like a head-on type of shit across the street.
Shit.
I look,
Damn.
I'm like, yo, if I see that chair, that's that shit I was behind. Like that could have
Uh-huh.
been me in this accident right here, where
Damn.
the ambulance just went zooming past me. You know what I'm saying? I look, and
Mm.
boom, there's the fucking chair in the back of the trailer. And I was like,
Damn.
damn, this really could have been me in this motherfucking
Yo, that's
accident right here.
crazy. That
Yes.
is crazy. That made me think of one time when I was in Maryland. I was on a what is it, like the 270 or something. It's one of those curvy ass like highways. It's like a 3-4 lane highway, and it was late at night, and I was with my ex at the time, and her kids were in the car, and we were on our way home. And I'm doing my speed limit, which is probably my own suggested speed, but I'm not like speeding. And I always, check my mirrors when I'm driving. So I see this car coming up and he is zooming in and out, in and out. He had to be doing like 80, 90, close to 100 if I was doing my normal speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see him and I'm like, yo, let me slow down and let me pull over because he's doing too much, right? So he cuts me off and I slowed down. And it's a good thing I slowed down because as soon as he cut me off, he spun out and he started hitting the walls from side to side, and I was able to like kind of dodge and get around him while he spun out. And like I looked in my rearview mirror, this buddy's car had flipped over at this point, and I was just like, somebody call 911. But I just kept like, you can't be doing stupid shit on the road, But had I not like been aware of that, and stayed at the speed I was at, he probably would have been slamming into me instead of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that shit was wild.
When you said that dodging it, you just made me think about this one time. This is when we still lived down in South Florida, and
Mm,
it was I don't. It must have been like in that break of time between rush hour early in the morning and then like before people go to lunch, so probably about 10 something like that. And
yeah.
I had a dentist appointment, so I was on my way to the dentist, and I'm driving down the turnpike, and like I'm gonna say the names of these streets, which will make sense to you, but not to these exits. It makes sense to you, but not to the listeners unless they're from South Florida. But I got on at like Sample or Coconut Creek or whatever, and
Hmm.
my dentist was like where I used to live when I lived with Daddy.
Okay.
That apartment, it was like right there. Oh, I forgot the
Hmm.
exit. Oh, Commercial, right? So that's where my dentist is or whatever. In that span of road,
Hmm.
I get on there. Luckily, I was in the far ass fucking left lane, and I was
Hmm.
doing my speed. There was a truck in front of me, and on the right, on the shoulder, the crews are working on the big ass fucking lights for the
Yeah.
highway, for the turnpike. And I looked, and I'm like, what? In that moment, I'm like, what would happen if one of those things ever fell over?
Oh
Oh, I kid
shit.
you fucking not. One of them, that shit fell over in front of that truck
Oh
and me.
shit.
Like that truck swerved, and I had to swerve right with him. That shit came across
Damn.
all three lanes of traffic.
Oh hell
By the
no.
time, by the time I had left the dentist and coming back the other way, all the traffic was backed up
Yeah.
because
Damn.
that shit I was like, yo, talk about near death experience. I
What?
didn't even think about that until you said that. I I don't know. I just There's been a lot of times where I could have died. I could have
Hmm.
died. Like or
Yeah.
something could have happened to me. I think about when I was living with this chick one night, we had got into a fight, and so I left the house,
Hmm.
and I went walking. I went out walking the streets. I didn't have a whip or
Oh
nothing
my
like
god.
that. Like so, it was too late to really do anything. So I just went out walking the streets, and like I met this weird Spanish guy
Hmm.
at the gas station,
Hmm.
and somehow he believed I was older. This motherfucker bought like wine coolers, and he had bought cigarettes, and him and I sat out in front of his motel room
What?
down the street from where I lived at the time,
Oh
just
my
sitting out there
god.
talking and drinking and talking shit and drinking. And I was like 16 or
Damn.
17.
That's
But
crazy. You could have been on the news.
on a fucking piece of paper on the phone
Oh my
pole.
god. On the
Like,
back
have
of
you
milk
seen me?
carton.
Yes.
What is
Have you
wrong with
seen
you?
me? Yes,
Oh
bro.
my
I'm thinking about
god.
that shit now, and that's not like the only time. When I was young, I that's why I think I'm so calm now, because when I was really young, like my shit was crazy. I remember going to a concert. We talking about concerts,
Hmm.
and I probably went to go see Lauren Hill, as a matter of fact. But I went with this chick that was my girlfriend at the time, and to get down there, we had to catch the train.
Hmm.
And so my mom took us to the train station, and she was like, "Listen, if you wait until the end, it's gonna be way too late."
Hmm.
And you're gonna have to find your own way home because it's gonna
Oh
be like
damn.
way too late. Like
Yeah.
if it ended at Bay, it would be at Bayside, and I'm coming from Carroll City, right?
Oh
So
okay.
that's a long ass way for my mom to, and
Mhm.
she was dropping us off at Northside. That's even a long ass way from my house at the time.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, "Y'all gonna be on your own," because she probably was gonna be asleep. So
Mhm.
we were like, "All right, we'll see what to do." Being grown, we stayed until the end of the concert.
Oh
So
my
we
god.
we barely even made it back on my side of the county, and and we catch like the last train going north, and then we get there and we're like Martin Luther King, not even at North Side, which would have been
Damn.
a little bit better, but we had Martin Luther King station, which is close but not, it's still way far from my house. So it's just me and this
Mhm.
chick, and it's got to be like 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. So
Damn.
there's like one more bus coming, right? One more
Uh.
bus coming, but it's not coming for like another hour or two,
Damn.
right? Or maybe the bus was coming at one, like something. But we had to wait out there at the bus stop, the two of us,
Oh
okay.
my god.
And I was in high school. It was like the summer between ninth and 10th grade, or 10th and
Oh
11th. I
wow.
think ninth and 10th
Yeah.
grade. Yeah. So that's how young I young I was. So we're out there, and now we're waiting for the bus, just the two of us in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
basically.
You say MLK, everybody know.
Yes, yes. And we're just watching mad shit, like crackheads walking by talking to us and shit,
Mhm.
drunkies walking by talking to us, all kinds of just crazy shit happening. And when bus finally comes, we get on a bus, but where the last stop was for that bus for that night, it still wasn't like close enough to get us to the house.
Damn.
So we still too far to get to the house. So now we're sitting at the bus stop. We're like, what are we gonna do? We could foot it, but it's so far away. Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
So somehow, some way, she ends up like I'm off in the cut, and she ends up flagging the car down. And Buddy
Oh
pulls
my
over,
god.
and we hop in the car, and he takes me. He takes us to
What?
my street, dog. Like
Oh my god.
I'm in the back seat, she's in the front seat, and I'm in the back seat,
Uh.
and we acting like we're just friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because we don't know what he thinks I am. You
Yeah.
know, because I was me
Yeah.
still at that point in time. Well, Buddy took us to the block. I didn't let him know which
Damn.
house was mine. Like I had him. I told him that like a house down the street was where we were going,
Yeah.
but and so he let us out there. But
That's
and we walked
crazy.
down. Yeah, bro. But that
I've never hitchhiked. I can't.
technically I never hitchhiked. I
Yeah.
just got in the car.
Not in the car. Okay.
But still,
Okay.
Buddy could have killed us, bro.
Stranger danger.
For real. Oh, speaking of exes,
Mhm.
I saw this post, and it was Fantasia
Mhm.
singing, and the song that she's singing was a song that makes me want to puke every time I hear it,
Oh god.
because it reminds me of an ex of mine.
Oh no.
Yes, and this song is because homegirl was I don't know, it's like she discovered black music when she started dating me, because
Uh.
she was Spanish, she wasn't black.
Uh.
So then suddenly she was every like brown skin. What's NDRE? She was like, "Oh my
Oh
god, this
yeah.
song is so, I love it. It reminds me of you." I'm like, okay. but then but then this Fantasia song really reminded that she was like, "This is our song." And every time, this was one of the songs that like she would always say remind her. And if you listen to the words at the time, it kind of fit our
Mhm.
situation. So every time I hear that song, that shit makes me want to puke. Have you ever had a song
Damn.
that like a
That
song
makes you
that
want to puke. That makes me want to puke. Not makes me want to puke, but I do have songs that I can't listen to anymore because it just makes me think of an ex, and it just ruined the song for me.
mm.
But puking is that's serious.
It really does make me want to puke. Another
Uh,
one that gets that reaction from me is Nelly and Kelly Dilemma.
oh yeah.
Yes, yes, because this. young lady, or no, this was a lady. Oh,
A
remember how
lady,
you?
a lady.
This was a lady. I had an entanglement with this lady
Oh man.
who happened to have a situationship with a gentleman, a
Mm.
long term situationship with a gentleman. And when Buddy found out about us or whatever, he was a bit perturbed. Some shit went down. She ended up going back. You know how they do. She ended up going back. I mean, they had a kid and shit like that or whatever. So
Mm.
she went back to Buddy. But she told me now. Obviously, we talked again after she he went back to Buddy because she told me that one day she's sitting in the car with him and they driving somewhere and that Nelly and Kelly song came on and she's
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and the words are like hitting her
Yeah.
to the soul, like hitting her in her heart. And she said she just started crying. She's
What?
sitting there and like tears start falling down her eyes. And Buddy
No.
is like, "What's wrong with you?" Basically, he's like, "You're thinking about her, aren't you?" Oh,
Oh damn. That must have hurt.
uh, that hurt him to his soul, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I'm sure. Damn.
her,
Now I'm trying to
yeah.
think of the lyrics of Dilemma.
I don't know, not that
That's
damn
damn.
Fantasia song. It's tormenting my brain. I can't even think about Nelly and Kelly.
Oh god.
Hmm, fucking
I don't know. For me, it
situationships.
has to probably be some freaking Hispanic song. If we we talk about my exes
Yeah. Like
that I don't know the words to anyway. So.
or what they're saying, like what?
Oh, but you know what? I saw a post the other day, and it was like I once took a girl out to eat, and I talked till 12 a.m. so my direct deposit could hit. I was like, yo, it made me think. I was like, yo, I know I had some hard times. Did I ever do that shit? I don't think I would have taken her out though if I knew I had to wait until 12.
And I not if I knew I had to wait until 12, but I mean I have taken um like gone out on dates or whatever, and my card got declined, but
Oh
not
damn.
not because I didn't have money. It was the bank's
Hmm.
fault.
Oh
But
yeah, I've had that
still,
happen. Yeah.
but still, that shit got declined, and I was like, "What?" Now, one time it was because I didn't have money, but that wasn't a date. That was like two coworkers that had some kind of a sexual tension going out to
uh.
have lunch together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that wasn't a date, and she ended up having to pay for the food because my card got declined.
Oh shit.
Like, right, they closed my account, but that's
Yeah.
another situation.
I
That's
remember we went out. It was a group of people when I kind of first got out to Miami, so I didn't really know the people I was with. And we went to one of those restaurants on South Beach, and you know they can
yikes.
get expensive.
They can get.
And there
They
was a
start off
couple.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was a couple on a date, and like he didn't have the money to cover it. And he was trying to borrow money from all of us. And at the time, I had money for my shit, but I didn't have money to cover all the shit you and your girl ordered. So I think we ended up leaving them. And we were like, can you just split the bill? But that has got to be OD embarrassing, especially on South Beach.
On South Beach. Yikes.
Yeah. It was one. It
Yeah.
was that restaurant across from the Clevelander, like on the I think it's like orange ish. That's all I remember. But
I'm
over
like
there,
most of the I can't. Most of the time we were
can't
down
picture
there,
it.
I was fucking lit off of or something. Like they just had Miami Beach Pride. I was like, damn, boy. I
Yeah,
remember
no
just walking these streets. I just missed that. All the gay people all around and shit.
facts.
They are having Pride here next month.
Oh
So I don't know. Wifey's nervous about COVID still, especially now it's
yeah.
done hit so close to home and shit for us. So
Hmm.
um and just in general because because it's a thing.
Yeah.
So but So we'll see how that goes.
Yo,
And
speaking of prides, sorry,
no,
to
no,
cut you off.
go. No, no, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I was so I'm a bookworm. I grabbed Gabby's new book. I call her Gabby because I asked her to marry me, so I feel like we on that level. Remember when we was down on South Beach
Oh yes.
and I seen her like Gabby, marry me. So
That
she
was
said
a
no.
lit
She was
time.
with
We
Wayne.
got to
Yeah, that
hear Tony
was
Braxton sing for free and see all the
facts.
fucking yes.
See
Okay,
the whole Miami Heat squad.
for real. And the
Um,
Larry O'Briens.
yes, man. Damn, I miss South Beach.
Yeah.
I miss Miami. Um, yeah. So she was talking about how like she has a chapter in there. I guess where she talks about Zaya
Yeah.
and her wanting to go to her first Pride, and she was like, "That would be a dream come true." And Gabby was like, "Damn, for real? Like I've been to prides all over the world because Gabby just
She's just
been
she
out.
yeah.
She's always going and supporting and stuff. So it was cute, like that chapter in the story and talking about it was so innocent, but it was so cool to read like how accepting and how supportive her people around her are.
Mm-hmm.
Zaya, that's what I'm referencing. I thought it was dope for her to include that in her book. She talks about I liked her first book. It was like I think we're gonna need more wine or whatever, and this one is called like we might need something stronger.
Yeah.
And one of the takeaways from that shit is like limoncello in the freezer will get
Yeah.
you fucked up. Like she has a chapter where she talks about that, and she was like talks about how I got them all fucked up. So I'm gonna try that at my next family function. Just put it in the freezer and get everybody fucked up. But it was cool. She talked about a lot of different things in there. The her relationship with D Wade, her issues with surrogacy and how that whole
Yeah.
process went, and of course Shady Baby. But the one thing that had me rolling was she talks about how she took an X-Lax
Oh.
because she thought she was like she said it usually takes a little bit of time before it kicks in, but she said she took it. She was on her way to like Magic City with like I don't know some people were in town like some rappers or some athletes or something, and she was like going to show them a good time. She always goes to the strip clubs, so she takes they stop off at like the gas station or something. So she runs inside to get, and she's like, "Oh, let me just get it now, and it should kick in by tomorrow." And then she ended up having to like it started kicking in while she was in the strip club, and like there was like a stripper dancing for her, and she tells the story, it's hilarious. And she's like she ended up having to ask her if she could use their bathroom. So she talks about how like they walked her down to like the changing rooms, and they let her use the bathroom and stuff in there and whatever. But I was like, damn, have you ever had to drop a deuce in a strip club?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think.
Or in a regular club, like nah.
Yeah,
Like
no.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, where, like Magic City, they have changing rooms? Because the strip clubs I've been to, they be changing in the regular
That's what I'm saying.
bathrooms.
I'm just like, I'm like, every time I go in the bathroom, it's like, hey,
Yeah,
ladies, like, I'll see you later.
yeah.
You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Like, what? Or I have
So
to,
I'm here.
like, when I used to walk into Vegas, like, I'm a girl, I'm a girl,
Yeah,
I'm a girl. I just gotta pee. I just
it's gotta be
gotta pee. Just gotta pee. Oh shit.
like,
Yeah.
damn, Magic
She
City is fancy.
Gab was on she was on Angie Martinez show, and she was
Oh,
talking about
okay.
the X-Lax
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that shit had me
But
rolling.
I'm like, why did she feel like she needed to take an X-Lax? But that shit.
Yeah, she gets into why in the book,
Oh, okay. Because I'm
but
like, why would she need the X-Lax in the first place to feel like she need to take it before that's the last thing y'all want to do. Like,
right in the club. Oh my
mm,
god.
that had to be too much. Too much.
Yo. But
I can't
she's
even
like
imagine.
the strippers were so nice to her, and you know they all sat there and talked about their how shit like that has happened to them before. Say damn.
It was like, what happens if you are a stripper with a stomach ache? Like,
Right. Oh my god.
Uh-uh. Weird. I mean, after I guess there's like one thing that I never asked or never found out about because I'm like I know about it was weird to me to get the stripper tips on like how to
Ugh,
keep working even when you got all
uh,
kind of things going on going on with you
yeah,
where you got to keep working. I'm like, oh, maybe
yeah,
look at them
that's crazy.
twice. Like maybe I don't want to
Yeah.
look like.
I don't want to close up. I know,
Okay.
random story, but a stripper or a dancer, I'll call her a dancer because she was my friend that I knew, said she had taken like the ballerina tea,
Oh.
and she was like, she had to leave because she felt like midgets were jumping around in her stomach or some shit. So she was just like, she just had to leave, but they'll do it in the club. But if it's like a constant thing, then I guess they
Well,
go home and
yeah. I
that's just
mean,
it. Yeah,
it's just
there's no money that night.
yeah. I don't know. According to some things I've seen on Twitter, there's a market for that. Yeah. And no, thank you.
Mm-mm.
I gotta do what I gotta do in private. But okay, now I'm thinking. I was just thinking about this one time. This is embarrassing. But another time I was with Nikki. This is later on in our relationship, so it's not like a first date, like
Like a
or a new date, like a new love
uh
thing. But we were on vacation and
mm,
we were in San Francisco,
mm,
and we were at that time we were staying with some family of mine who live in Napa, which is close to San Francisco, but not as close as I needed it to be at the time. So we went to Ghirardelli. You know Ghirardelli chocolate, right?
yeah,
Ghirardelli is like a
chocolate.
famous thing in the actual place is in San Francisco, like the thing that you see on the commercials and all that shit in the movies,
Mm,
whatever. When you see Ghirardelli, that sign, that's where we were, right? So we're there, and they have like it's weird. The ocean on that side of the country, it's way different than ours. It's no real like beach. Maybe South Park. I think we talked about this before, but so they have like steps where you can sit and watch and look, and you're looking off at like the Golden Gate Bridge and shit like that. So we're there. We go to Ghirardelli. We get hot chocolate. We get a cookie, and we're like sitting there like tourists, and we got our little scarves on or whatever. And bruh, there go my stomach again. And I was like,
oh
oh no,
man.
oh no, oh no. And then
Oh.
and at the time we had like dinner reservations at this like crazy submarine restaurant that they have
Mm.
in San Francisco. So, and Nikki was all excited and I was kind of excited too because you get to eat underneath the water and like
Oh, cool.
supposedly fish swim around the thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was creepy. Do not recommend.
Oh, okay.
Don't recommend. But it's a cool concept. But anyway, so we're not leaving where we are because we're gonna go to dinner or whatever. Bro, my stomach, bro. I was like,
Oh
oh my
no.
god. So now we got to try to find a bathroom, and it's almost dinner time. So places like the tourist places around are starting to close up. So they had like this war memorial or some shit, maritime
Mm-hmm.
memorial. That bathroom was. I had to go in that bathroom. These women were screaming as I'm walking, running through. They're like, "Sir, sir, sir!" I'm like, "I'm a lady. I'm a lady. I'm a lady."
Oh my god.
And I had to light that shit up. And
Damn.
Nikki, like when we're in public, usually she'll go in the bathroom with me, you know what I'm saying? But I had to like
Yeah.
run in that motherfucker. Like it was like, thank God I found a bathroom because
Oh my
I
god.
don't know how I was gonna get back in this rental car that we have because they were gonna have to charge us for a cleanup or some shit. And here I am, fucking in this bath. They're like, sir, sir. So here comes Nikki in to rescue me. Here they
Mm-hmm.
come talking about we're about to close. Like they were
Oh,
like trying to rush me out of this bitch,
oh
and my
no.
whole entire contents of my body were coming out
Yeah.
in
Oh
this
my
very
god.
public. I would have preferred that dark, creepy ass gas station from.
Oh
Oh
man.
man, yes. Crazy. Uh, Crazy things you do for love.
Facts.
Love of chocolate cookies. Well, I don't know if we're ending it twice, twice on this kind of a note, but on that note, we're going to end the show here. Find us on everything social at Two Studs in a Pod, including YouTube. Check Meech out at the Homie Meech and at Homie Meech on IG and Twitter, respectively. And find me at it's.me.blaze and it's me Blaze 2 on Twitter. Don't forget to check out our site, twostudsinapod.com, where you can find our latest episodes and more. You can catch us on podcast platforms everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Gratitude is always the attitude, so we want to say thank you for letting us share.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.